1996. And what you just saw earlier was some heads-up display tapes from Monday and Tuesday when we were out doing BFM or air combat maneuvers or whatever you want to call it. Basically 1v1. And this morning as I woke up and I turned the TV on, I recorded this little portion of these Navy guys who hit each other, which is stupidity in my opinion. They shouldn't be flying jets if they hit each other. If that happened in the Air Force, they would never be flying again, because they broke the training rules. The training rules are there in place for safety. And for us, there's a 500-foot bubble around the other airplane, so you can't go inside that 500-foot bubble. And if you're attacking him, like you've seen my gunshots, if I'm attacking him, then I have to come off of him by 1,000 feet to avoid hitting that bubble. So I'm coming in and boom, I come off to not hit him at 1,000 feet. And usually if you do that, you're going to go right at to 500 feet. So if you go into 500 feet and you come off, then it's going to be tough not to hit the guy. And so there's training rules. The Navy guys break training rules all the time. I've been there, done that. I've seen them do it. And I hope I never have to fight anybody who's that stupid, who goes out and hits someone doing BFM. They're lucky to be alive. Guy lost his canopy and nose cone. There's no one ever been able to fly an F-16 with a canopy gone, so he's just lucky he was in an F-18. So, just to let you know that this is a rare thing that happens. Just happens to be a coincidence that I'm showing you these heads-up display tapes of me doing the same thing these guys were doing when they hit. But it's just pure stupidity. But back to BFM. I did pass my ride on Tuesday for my instructor upgrade portion. For the BFM, like I said, I was teaching how to be the offender, so I'm kind of talking on my tape a little bit. My next sortie, which will be after we get back from Alaska for doing this, will be as a defender, how he can defeat this guy behind you. And there's all kinds of ways to defeat that portion. And then we move into high aspect, which is head-on passes. And you come pretty close to the guy at probably about 1,200 miles an hour overtake. And then you either fight like this, or like this, or back around a two-circle type fight. And there's a variety of different situations you do there. But everything is different. Like this instructor upgrade, there's 11 different sorties, and every one of them is different because we do so many different things in this jet, either from dogfighting, and there's all different types of dogfighting, to doing intercepts when you're using your radar, doing 2v2 intercepts or 4vx, multiple number of bandits going out shooting missiles and reacting in game, and then all the air-to-ground stuff, dropping bombs, shooting horror missiles, and a variety of things like that. So we leave tomorrow morning to go to Cope Thunder. I'll show you some more stuff here in a minute on that. The other guys left this morning at 6 o'clock. We got 3 different cells going with basically today 8 airplanes left, and tomorrow we take 6 airplanes left this morning. We take 10 tomorrow. So it's a nice day. The weather's nice. Hopefully it'll be the same tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be a nice trip over and not bad weather. I've had to go for several hours in fingertip formation, and it just wears you out because you have to concentrate the whole time, and you can't eat, you can't pee, and you're just totally sitting there flying off this other jet, and you're uptight the whole time because, one, after about an hour and a half or two of doing this, you have to take a whiz, and you can't take a pee when you're flying formation that close. And then you start getting hungry, and you're having to fly your jet, just looking and reaching around trying to find your little snacks or whatever. So I make my own little snack lunches with little bite-sized things to eat, where I don't have to search around for big items to chew on. This would be my seventh overwater crossing, so I think I got it pretty much down pat now. Okay, one thing, I'll show you a map of our flight we're going to do here in a little bit. I got to go to work here. I got to go drop off my bags and stuff, because I got to put them on a pallet which goes onto the KC-10 tanker with all the baggage. So I got to do that this morning, the day before I go. And then the rest of the day is pretty much getting ready to, I got to finish packing my bag to put in my travel pod, and I got to review this route, because if the flight lead, I'm number 3 of the 7 ship that we're taking, and it's actually a 7 ship and 2 guys are spare aircraft, so assuming that we get off the ground okay and our tanks feed and we're able to get on the tanker and our air refueling door opens and the fuel's able to flow, then you continue going. But if anything goes wrong, then one of these spare airplanes flow in there, and then you come back here and have to catch a commercial flight. But there's a lot involved on these routes as far as emergencies and fuel, because you're single engine, you don't have enough gas to go very many places when you're over the ocean. And a couple of places are in Russia, a couple of our emergency airfields. No kidding, we got nowhere else to go, we'll go into Russia. So I'll show you some of that kind of stuff. Back to BFM for doing the 1v1 stuff. Just for an example, the flight, we got actually 4 setups where we weren't in there close. I was further back about 1.5 miles to a mile, and he's already in a turn. He's already created all these angles. Now you got to solve from getting from across here to behind him, so you have to do BFM, basic fighting maneuvers, to do that. And that's probably one of the most dynamic, 3-dimensional things you'll ever do in your life, is trying to figure out how to do that while you're flying a jet at high speeds. Well, when you get back from these missions, you got to draw all this stuff up on the chalkboard or on the dry erase board. And just to give you an example, it took me 3 hours to debrief the 4 engagements long far away, and then up close we did 3 engagements. So it takes a lot of time to do that. And then I spent another hour with the instructor going over finer points on how to improve and do things better. So basically, 10-hour day minimum, plus I had 2 other hours of doing stuff that morning, so it was a 12-hour day just to go out and fly a mission that lasted only 50 minutes long. And the engagements of that mission probably only lasted a total of 10 minutes. So it's very dynamic and very complicated, to say the least. So I'll get back with you on this routing, and then I gotta go to the post office and mail the tape along with a bunch of other crap. So a lot of stuff to do. Okay, this is our route of flight here. We'll be taking off from Kunsan